I have a lot of confidence in Fred. He's a great player. He's shown that, and he's always stepped in and been an anchor for us. So obviously, Howard's very intentional in what he does, and we all have confidence in Fred. He had confidence in Fred, and I know he'll relish in this opportunity that's ahead of him.
Joe, there was a report over the weekend that there's some frustration building in the locker room with your approach. How do you kind of digest that, and what's sort of your reaction to it?
Just go to work every day. Go to work every day, and continue to go out there and try and do my best.
Being in the position you are as a starting quarterback in this league, does that kind of come with the territory? And how do you learn to deal with it?
I think it definitely does, and I take a lot of the responsibility when things are going. I guess I get a lot of attention when things are going well, and when things are not going so well, and so I never run away from holding myself accountable. And I think, I think that's exactly what I've taken the approach of doing. When I look at this last game, I take great pride in what we do on offense. I take great pride in how we go out there and play as a team, and what our flow is. And so we obviously got work to do, and I think that obviously starts with me. That's always my approach. That's always me looking internally first in everything that we do, and then in due time rising above.
If there are frustrations from your teammates or coaches with you, do you feel like you're open to them coming to you with them?
Well, I can't get into hypotheticals of if. Ultimately, it's about coming in here and working and leading and bringing good energy and going out there and showing about how you work. At the end of the day, we come out here we are here to play as a team and to play together and go out there and find ways to win. And so that's where we all have our focus at.
So those things haven't been brought to you directly?
I don't want to get into that. I know it hasn't, though.
How about you personally?
Y'all bring it to me. I mean, I think it's a bit of a different thing. Again, I don't want to get into the weeds of anything ultimately.
But from a personal level, that's what I was going to ask you about. How do you I assume you get frustrated at times with certain things. How do you sort of overcome that?
It comes with the nature of it. Everybody's going to have an opinion, and I give a lot of respect to those things. Ultimately, we're all here to do the same thing, and so it's about the pursuit of that. And I've always encouraged trying to work together to achieve that.
Joe, and you played the Cowboys a long time ago. Is this team different from that game to open the season, and how are they different?
I mean, obviously the acquisitions that they've had and they've made, they've always been a really good team, very competitive team, and as a team, I think they've taken a step forward. They've got some great talent on both sides of the ball. They got great playmakers, great challenge for us. So you got to be ready to go out there and play a good game.
How about your team? How are you guys different from September 4th or whenever it was?
I mean, we won then, we win now. So from a macro perspective, I mean, what else? There's I think when you look back at game one, we're not a finished product then, and I think when you look at us now, we're not a finished product. So, we're still building, still growing.
How different is it for you as a quarterback when you face a team that brings a lot of pressure up the gut versus having like elite edge rushers?
I just think that's kind of how they're built. It's great respect for the guys outside as well, but obviously the guys inside they want a lot of attention, and based off of the things that they've done in their careers, just the type of players they are. So it's just about standing firm in there and trying to stay on rhythm and ultimately go find the flow as an offense and then go out there and execute. That's what it comes down to.
What's your background about Quentin Williams? And is he the type of player who, as a quarterback, you kind of have to know where he is given time?
Yeah, definitely. Heck of a player, disruptive, fast, violent, really good player.
Were you friendly with him at Alabama? Or?
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine.
As far as you were saying, you guys aren't quite a finished product offensively. Are you seeing signs, like, even though these last two games, I mean, obviously you didn't score a whole bunch of points going against really good defenses, like, are you seeing signs of getting closer to that point of being a finished product?
And I think a lot of the things are internal wounds a bit, and it's about correcting those things. There's a lot of opportunities out there for us. We just got to go take advantage of them. And then I think, I've spoken on particulars and what we do, just having alignment in that, having a vision, and then going out there and establishing identity, and then committing to it. I think over the course of the year, we've gone out there and played different styles of games, and almost all of the games. And it's about sitting in something, committing to it, and then going out there and saying this is what we're going to do, and push forward. You watch the course of the season. I watch the course of the season, and I don't think it's a capability thing. It's just a matter of having great focus and ultimately pursuing the same thing as an offensive unit, and from a bigger perspective as a team.
Do you think that gets overlooked sometimes, the fact that you won all these games despite, what's been going on and everything?
Overlooked?
Yeah, like from the outside, I guess, more so.
I mean, I don't think it really matters in hindsight. I think for us, we just got to be committed to the same thing. Everybody's got to be on the same page, and we have to, set a definite vision of what things need to be, what they are, and then we pursue that, and then we grow and expound on that week after week. It's been fluctuating in our approach a bit, but we found ways to win. And in hindsight, that's why you play the game, but you have to play it with a bit of a presence, an identity.
On that note, and sorry, it's kind of very similar to what you've been asked already, but because you have proven yourself as a winner, proven yourself as a quarterback who protects the football quite well, how surprising is it that there are these reported frustrations?
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by anything. I mean, this is kind of the nature of the position, like I said, but, I put my energy and I put my focus on trying to go out there and do my best and trying to learn, trying to build, trying to take in the things that I can to improve. And so, I've said this before about winning and success and all those things. Like, that doesn't do you anything in the present. It's only an experience that you can lean on as you go forward. And so you lean on all those successes, you lean on all the trials, you lean on all the different things that you've experienced, you use them. Ultimately, it's about how you navigate what's in front of you and how you respond to these things. And so I think the response is more important than anything. It's about pushing forward, about finding ways to grow. There's always going to be something. There's always going to be something. There's always unknown. There's always another dynamic to a situation. Ultimately, it's about growth. I mean, that's why we play the game. That's why I play the game. That's why I play the position. I play the position to learn. I play the game because I love what it teaches you. And there's beauty in all of these lessons. And I think, all of the lessons that it's taught us in the past has brought us great success. And so I think lessons to be learned right now and where we are, we only go forward.
In your time here, we've spoken often about yards after the catch, and it's at a low this year. We can look at receivers, we can at routes, but what's going to be quarterback's role in generating yards after the catch?
Yeah, well, you want to give guys advanceable balls to hit them on the run and give them a advantageous opportunity to, once we create that separation we need, now you can get loose with the ball and go make a play. So I think we've had opportunities where we've done that, and then there have been some where we hadn't. So, I mean, you talk about explosive plays, a lot of them have come from that over time.
What is
JP's
your perspective on what Tank Bigsby has brought to the offense? It feels like he's brought the spark in different moments. What is your perspective on what he
I'm a big fan. Of him as a player, but as a person who shows up and how he works. You see him running hard and dragging people and being very hard to bring down, almost undeniable. He practices just like that. He's giving the scout team fits, and then he's stepping in there and he's eager to take advantage of the opportunity, never hesitant to ask a question and try and, make sure we're good and on the same page. And so it's been fun to watch him play when he gets those opportunities.
KP's been pretty consistent saying it's been pretty good when you guys stay on schedule
Yeah.
offensively. The negative plays and those plays, besides the pre-snap penalties, which it's pretty obvious, have to clean that up. But the negative plays from the execution standpoint, what's that process like trying to clean those up each week?
Yeah, I mean, you talk about it a lot, and at some point you just got to go out there and do it, and that's where we are. We're working towards trying to bring it to action and bring it to light. I look back at this last game, look at a lot of these games. There's always different things that come up, but it's kind of been a similar trend in that. And so we're working towards it. But this last game specifically, I mean, got an opportunity to score a touchdown, but we have a ball handling error in the backfield. We got little things or the false start to try and convert the first down. I mean, these are all things that we can control. Being on the same page on all fronts as an offense, knowing our assignments, knowing the key, knowing the fundamentals of how we do it, having it detailed out so we're all executing with the expectation of whatever it is. It's just gotta be important. It's gotta you gotta take pride in all those little things, those little details. And you ask me how I lead, you ask me how I try and set the precedent for those things. Is just go out there and try and do it myself. And if something's not enough, then you do even more. You work even harder. You give even more of yourself. And so, that's how my mentality has always been. And, that's not going to change in terms of trying to improve and trying to, get to where we want to go. And so, I think in hindsight, that's what it's about. It's just about constant growth, and building forward. But you got to go out there and do it together.